I learned how to weld on my own, like this. I'd never welded in my life. There was a man who was welding. He was fixing joists. The plower was too high and made a hole that was 2 inches wide. The steel would fall on the ground. So I said to him, "I don't think you're doing that right." He said, "If you're smart, you'll shut up." So I did. I started welding. I filled the hole, and after that I buffed it so it wouldn't show. After that, I started welding joists.
I don't recall anyone showing us how to weld. I learned how to weld on my own. Production only started about 2 months before I arrived. I don't know if the people before me were taught how to weld, but I wasn't. I tried to learn on my own, watching others weld and getting flashes. During the first year, I got a lot of flashes in my eyes because I didn't lower my mask very often. I wanted to see how things were done. That's how I learned to weld with time. We welded on big angles for 2 weeks in a row. I think it was Ernest Gilbert who sold us the rods. It was one of his employees that showed us how it worked with another good handyman who worked on maintenance at the carpet plant, I think. And a welder named Veilleux, who lived in St. George's. If I recall, it's him who came to help us build the assembly tables.
There was a man who took them one by one to show them how to weld. Some people were stubborn, and it took 2 weeks to learn. I once showed one man, and it took him almost 1 month. He didn't want to learn. I told him, "Listen to me. I've been showing you how to weld for a month now. I'm putting a beam right here. If you don't weld it, you're fired. When you're unable, there's nothing you can do." Well, the little brat, his welds were perfect. I said, "You didn't want to learn, did you?" And he said, "No, I was fine alone in my corner." We put the joists on the assembly line, and then Waxman said, "We're going to show you how it's done." We were there, all 4 of us. We wanted to learn, and all of a sudden, he was gone. He left us on our own to learn. There was always a foot missing. We had to slide the upper bar. So we thought of it and said to each other, "We'll slide it and we'll be okay." We slid the bar and it worked. All of a sudden, Waxman arrived and said, "You did it?" Of course, we weren't going to wait after you. We slid the bar.